I'm on the second floor of Building 8. Guys are concentrating from Bill Ray on their cleanup right now. Get all this debris off the floor and prepping for the asbestos removal. Throughout the whole second floor, which is beginning tomorrow, Saturday, between the asbestos removal and the pipe. It's anticipated 1 week on the second floor of all these buildings to have this ready. This is the second floor of Building 10. Again, cleanup is going on throughout here so they get ready for asbestos removal. Over here, I've got this railed off. There's an actual hole in the floor here. They have it under a couple pieces of plywood. And that opening right there is access into Building 9. This is the second floor of Building 5, which again has been all cleaned up. You see we set up our machines getting ready for asbestos removal throughout. We're on the fourth floor, Building 10. Everything's been sandblasted. They're going to finish they're sandblasting right now on the third floor, so we can't go in there. The intention is, once the sandblasting is done on the third floor, they get a vac machine vac out fourth and third floor, take a day or two, and pull the machine off site until they get the next 2 floors done, then bring it back. I spoke to David at Bill Ray yesterday about window removal. A lot of these are wide open right now, which we don't want. The intention is, when I'm going to have them come back in, we're going to pull all the sashes out, leave the frames, get them plastic back up with either Tyvek or reinforced poly. That way they're tight, and then we could come back in as windows are ready to be installed and remove however many we determine at the time, just the frame, put a window in. Frame, put a window on. So that is the intention right now. But again, concentrating on sandblasting, asbestos and pipe removal. We have a lot of water issues in the roof. We get some heavy rain this past week. And virtually everywhere, with the exception of Building 5, pours water, to say the least. This is looking down from Building 10, 4th floor, to the end of Eagle Street, where the excavators periodically come down here and work. It's still kind of unknown exactly what these guys are doing. They were here, as you can see that big culvert, they were here on Wednesday manning this before the rain came and then throughout the rain. This entrance, if I could get to it. Okay, right down in here. It's the entrance to our site. As you can see, the gate, flood wall. Temporary fence. That area right there was about 3 feet deep on the heavy rain, and on the other side we have the same situation. So we definitely have some water issues to contend with. Right here underneath this connector from our building 10 to the neighboring building, That's staying. There's a stairway in there that's going to access, but right directly underneath it is a chamber where the water service comes in. Goes off to the commercial buildings across the way. So try to get a hold of the powers that be at DPW to see what we need to do to get some water hooked up here for Bill Ray. And then as you look across, this is a connector from that connector, basically a pipe chase, goes through to the old boiler building 12, which is coming down wrong way. Spoke to David, Bill Ray. He spoke to Mr. Fu at National Grid, who apparently is supposed to have an answer any day now on the gas. Once that's done, we can get in and tear this building down. I'm down on the first floor of Building 5. You see they started cutting pipe, moving all the metals throughout this whole area. This is going in from, leaving Building 5. This is the area over here. It's going to be a courtyard walkthrough. You may be able to get some shots. A little dark in here. On the other side of this plywooded opening, I've had a gate installed by wooden wire. So when they start to work through here, we will be able to keep this secure, and machines can get in and out, as they've got to take down the roof and open this up. Kind of hard to see it in the window there. And this carries through. Some of these structures, or all these structures in here, to be removed. However, we do have to go over layout, especially second and third floor, where the plan shows a connection between this building 4 and Building 5. And what it does is it gives the and the second means of egress on Building 4, Building 3. However, where it shows that connection, it's basically this side of the window where there is no connection. So in order to, if we are going to connect, then we have to extend the hallway in Building 5 down quite a ways, taking up space from units to get to a connection, or build a new connection here, or if we're okay with the egress, then we take it down. But these decisions have to be made, especially now we're getting ready to sandblast, or we are sandblasting. So we'll make sure that we hit all the areas that are going to need to be done and not have to come back. You can see there's still a lot of residue from the water. This was completely flooded on Wednesday.